Hello everyone! In this instruction video we will explain how you can make use of the Protomax water jet cutter. Please view this video in its entirety to quickly acquire correct files and create your part. To get to your end product you will have to follow 3 steps. Step 1 is called pre-cutting. In this stage you will have to prepare files that can be used to cut the desired material. Step 2 is the cutting stage. This stage will be done by the experienced people from Applied Labs. Step 3 is the post-cutting stage. In this stage you will finish your product. We will start with step 1, pre-cutting. You will need to create a DXF file of the part you want to cut. The DXF file can be made, among others, in the programs SolidWorks and Illustrator. We will start by explaining how to get to a DXF file in Illustrator. When creating your part in Illustrator, there are some things that you will have to think about. First is the size of your part. The bed of the water jet cutter is 300 by 300 millimeters. But this space cannot be fully used, because the material has to be clamped down so it does not move while the machine is cutting your material. This means that you will have to have a 25mm border around the edges of the cutting bed, on which you cannot place any cut lines. The water jet cannot differ in radius, so the cuts will always be the same width. However, another thing you will have to consider is the fact that the water jet is not the most precise tool. This is because the water spreads out to some extent before it hits the material. Therefore, if you want precise holes, it is recommended to make them smaller than needed and post-process them with a drill to acquire the desired size. One last thing you have to do in order for your part to work is adding tabs. These tabs are quite important because they function as supports for your part. The tabs ensure that your part stays connected to the whole sheet of material. This way you will prevent that your part falls into the water tank below, or that your part will tumble over and position itself at an angle. This can cause damage to the machine. The nozzle may hit the material. A tab of 1mm in width will be enough support for most materials. The locations of the tabs depends on the size and shape of your part, but always use at least 2 tabs. Bigger parts will need more. Make sure the tabs are distributed equally. When your drawing is done, you can export it by clicking the File button on the top left and hovering over the Export button. In the new window, choose Export As. Here you can change the file name and select the file type DXF. Then choose the option Export. Illustrator will open a new window. Most of the time you can leave the settings as they are, then click OK. You have saved it as a DXF file. Now we will explain how to export a SolidWorks drawing as a DXF file. When your drawing is done, notice tabs are already added. You can export it by clicking the File button and choosing the option Save As. In the new window, you need to select to save as a DXF file. In SolidWorks, a new tab opens on the left side of the screen. You can leave the settings as they are and choose the green OK button. You can now remove entities if they are not wanted and save the file. On to step 2, the cutting stage. With your DXF file, you can go to the water jet cutter where the staff of Applied Labs will help you further. The last step is the post-processing stage. In this stage you will remove your part from the leftover material and remove the tab marks and other unwanted material. Now you know how to make parts with the water jet cutter. These are some examples of parts that we made. You have now completed the instruction video and you can start to create your files. Good luck!